historians. Yeah. Josephus was a Jew, right? Why were they silent about this? Which is more fantastic and miraculous? The resurrection of one individual or resurrection of various individuals from a time past?
The difference is that they died. The ones that came
No,
up
which is more miraculous?
Jesus is alive and he
Please,
stays
please,
alive.
please.
He stays alive.
Which is more miraculous? Someone being supposedly dead for about 3 days and 3 nights, supposedly, questionable, or someone who was already dead and graves opening up and they were dead for God knows how long, and they then appeared to various people. Which is more miraculous?
Jesus died and rose again and he is alive. The ones that appeared to the many in Jerusalem appeared for a time and then they eventually died.
I didn't ask you about this one. The question I'm asking is, someone who is supposedly dead for 3 days and 3 nights, compared to someone who's been dead for decades maybe. Their bodies coming up. Who knows whether the bodies have only skeletal or flesh within the skeleton?
We don't know how long they've been
We
dead.
don't know, like zombies or not, right? They're appearing to various people. Imagine people who saw their grandfather, their grandmother, their father, their mother, their neighbor coming up and appearing to many, and then they're going back to dead again, whatever. Which is more miraculous? If you are a sincere person, which you are, you would have to admit the miraculous aspect is the resurrection of those zombies, these dead saints.
Because they die again.
It's not that they're dying again, but the actual event. Okay. What is more miraculous? A Tyrannosaurus Rex coming up from the ground or a mouse?
Okay, all right.
Which is more miraculous?
I'll give you the first one. Okay.
A dinosaur. Yeah? So what is more miraculous? Someone that has been just put into the ground and someone who's been dead for years. Do you know there are many cases, we know, people thought they're actually dead and they buried them, and then eventually like, oh, I'm not dead yet, they come up, right? There are many examples, because they were not actually dead, they're maybe in a state of a coma or whatever. Which is miraculous? Someone who's been dead for decades, rotten flesh perhaps, and someone who's supposedly dead for 3 days and 3 nights.
The miraculous thing about Jesus dying and rising from the dead is that it was prophesied 600 years before he was.
You're not engaging with the gravity of the comparison. You're saying it's prophesied. It's not about prophecy. Which is more miraculous event? If you saw yourself this event, you would say, oh, it's just dead zombies, from, 20 years ago. Yeah, you would be just dismissing like that, would you?
We don't know how long they've been dead.
You know what? It's like this. It's like this. Okay, let me give you the whole scenario exactly like for like. So graves are opening up in Hyde Park, here in this park, and dead bodies coming up. Dead bodies coming up from this ground, and they walk around, and they're just going to people, who are you? Because they think, oh, what is this? Maybe they're dead for 500 years. What is this? Excuse me, listen. Imagine now they're speaking, and they're wondering, what's that noise coming so loud? They have no concept of a loudspeaker. These people who are appearing to many, these dead people, you and I will go home and we would not even talk about it. We would not open up our social media and say, you know what I witnessed today? You would not put that in your Twitter, in your Instagram, in your Facebook, nothing. You would just simply say, did anything happen to the speaker's corner? Nah, nothing. Nothing special. Do you really think this is how people will behave? And my friend, is this how you will behave?
I'm saying there wasn't a lot of stuff written down at that time, okay?
Sorry, would you behave like that? You would go home and you would not even talk to your family. You'd say, nothing happened in Speaker's Corner today. Or would you tell your family and friends and you start, phoning up everyone, you know what, something special happened in Speaker's Corner. People were dead. Skeleton came up on the ground and they started walking. I mean, I thought, is it a magic or not? But actually then we realized they're really dead people. You would not stop from talking for a while.
Maybe it was written down, but maybe we don't have a record of it.
No, please. Don't say it was written down. We haven't got any information. Nothing. This is why honest historians will admit Matthew is just exaggerating here. This is a genre of writing autobiography of people, and Matthew is simply exaggerating of the events. It's not a historical event. We can accept that these people are writing an embellishment is provided for that story, make it look nice, but not his. Just like John, do you not agree? The Gospel of John, whoever the John is, he is writing about the historical figure, but writing things that really didn't happen. He's putting his own words in the mouth of Jesus, for example. Not historical Jesus. It's a theological Jesus of John. So this is one of the reasons, I'm sure you know, the Gospel of John is not called a synoptic gospel. Yeah? Yeah, because it doesn't align with the teaching, the information that we find in the three other Gospels. Yes. So now, why should we trust the Gospel of Matthew when Matthew seems to be exaggerating, making things up? Why?
The point is that it is said that Matthew mentions it, and Mark and Luke don't mention it. I'm just explaining to you.
I'm saying no one else mentions it.
I'm saying, okay.
No one else.
Okay, well, they weren't there.
From that,
They weren't there.
I mean, it doesn't matter if they weren't there. Luke wasn't there.
Okay, so
Yeah. So if Luke wasn't there, but he's talking about other things in the events of life of Christ, why isn't he highlighting this important event, resurrection of many other dead people?
the essential thing at the time was that Christ was raised.
You see, I know it's difficult for you to digest it. I know it's difficult for you to not reject the Gospel of Matthew. I know it's difficult. But when we give a cumulative case, one after the other, Matthew is inventing, distorting, he is making things up. Okay, let me give you some examples. Matthew writes in the very beginning, in his Gospel, that these are the generations from Abraham to David, from David to the exile to Babylon, from this to Christ. 14 generations, all the generations are 14, and 14 and 14. 3 lots of 14 generations. Blatantly false.
What do you mean 14 generations? Say that again, sorry.
Do you have the Bible? I'll show it to you.
Well, I have it on my phone, yes.
Yeah, bring it up. Very beginning of Matthew.
Okay, these are the generations from
No, if you open up,
the captivity into Babylon.
yeah.
You've got to remember there's many versions of the Bible.
Sorry?
The Bible, there's many versions of the Bible.
No. Choose any version of the Bible, and we want to show you where Matthew is making a claim. A historical claim, when we know this is historically false. First page of the Gospel of Matthew has false information of history. The very first page. And if you go to the second and third and so on, and keep on reading his Gospels, your confidence in Matthew goes down and down to the point that Matthew is untrustworthy, unreliable.
Okay.
So if you...
Abraham, Isaac, Judas.
No, carry on to the point where he says, here. Yeah.
14 generations.
Sorry. Slowly.
Okay.
No, this is, you've gone past. Not Matthew 2, go to Matthew 1.
Okay.
Yeah. Go slowly.
Okay.
Yeah, carry on. Carry on. Here, so read this verse 17 for me, please.
So all generations from Abraham to David are 14 generations. And from David until the carrying away into captivity are 14 generations. And from the carrying away into Babylon unto Christ are 14
Sure.
generations.
So what's he saying? So all the generations from these 3 time periods are 14, 14 and 14, yeah? Not some generations, all the generations.
Well, we have to look into what the Greek is saying.
Go on,
We have
please.
to look into what the
Press the Greek word. You've got it there. Press it, please.
Well, it needs to be actually Greek text as well to understand it. You need to look
Do
at
whatever you want.
Greek text.
Do whatever you want. The word all, does the word all mean some? It tells you there, all the generations. Find a translation which says it's not all.
Okay, we'll look in the Greek text.
So what is this first page of Matthew which has the historical untruth?
There are 14 generations and 14 and 14, 3 lots of 14 generations of the genealogy that he's presenting.
Right. And that's not true.
It's historically false.
Okay, historically false. Were they more or less?
There were more.
More.
Okay? So find whether all means all or it doesn't mean all.
Okay, what was it, verse 17 was it?
Verse 17.
Oh, therefore the generations known to David were
What does it mean? Pasai? So the Greek word is pasai.
of the whole, every kind
Can
of.
you repeat that again what it means? All, every.
Whole, every kind of.
Yeah, all of them, not some of them, all of them.
Every kind of.
Yeah, all of them.
Every.
That means not part of them, all of them. All and every. See, look, all, every, all things.
All kinds.
All, every single one. In fact, if you were to read this, look, this is NASB.
Yeah, okay.
All, everyone.
Let's see what it says. What it means in Matthew. All, any, everyone. That's not Matthew.
All.
That's not Matthew. We would see Matthew 1.
Look at the Greek word pasai, whether it means not all. Can you just in the camera?
Slow.
So does this all mean all then?
We're looking. The Greek, as you know, is very difficult to translate into English.
So have any of the translations of the Bible in English translated differently than all?
From the Greek,
Did they say some?
Greek is difficult to translate into English. That's why I'm saying we should look at the Greek text.
Yeah, I'm saying, with this difficulty in mind, as you say, have any of the translators translated the all as some?
I don't know, I'm just looking.
You can read it. All the translation in Bible Hub.
So it's looking all. Okay, all.
You're still saying all.
Okay, all, any, everyone. That's in Matthew 3. And then there's other verses. Any and every of every kind.
That means any of every, not just any of some.
Matthew 1 yet.
No, it doesn't mean any of some, it means any of everything. So whatever kind you have, it means all of that kind. So when he says between X and Y there are 14 generations, he doesn't mean some between X and Y, he means all of it. So now within the very first page of Matthew, we have a big problem of historically false information.
We haven't found Matthew 1 yet. Just a minute. Everything, any, whatsoever.
Holy, altogether, all things,
Yes.
yeah, in all respects, all
We
things.
haven't found Matthew 1 yet.
No, we're looking at the meaning of the word, right?
The lexicon. If I can't find this for you now, I'll write you the answer.
No, it's okay. Go back to the translations and see whether the translated it, not all of them, but some of them.
Well, give me your address, I'll write to you.
No, I'm not going to get to your writing. I'm going to do it myself here, so that
Will you show me them?
yeah, because you are not
Where
willing
that
to.
specifically relates to Matthew 1 though.
No, not Matthew 1. We're not talking about Matthew 1. We're talking about Matthew 1:17.
1:17.
So 1:17,
Where specifically-
which translator has translated? It means partially, some of them. Would you like to show me that? Matthew 1.
I've been looking, okay? If you can find it quicker, then I'll be happy. You're recording all this.
Yes, so that people will learn and benefit from it.
It will be edited to show your side of it. You'll be edited to
We
show-
want people to learn from these exchanges that yes, whether Matthew indeed.
It'll be edited to show your...
Excuse me, now you're bringing accusations. Editing. How many cameras are recording?
Okay, all right.
Yeah? In this age, you're saying people will edit it out when multiple cameras are recording. Some of them may be recording live.
I know some people do. Okay, if you're not.
So please, this is a very lame excuse. When you can't make an argument, you're saying you will edit it out.
All right, okay.
Okay, it's not coming through for some reason. Maybe my internet is not working. So can you show me from this, and we will end there, this discussion.
Okay,
In the translations in Bible Hub, which translations of the New Testament says some generations, not all generations?
this is what I'm looking
As far as I've seen before, it talks about all the generations, which is historically false, giving us a confidence that Matthew is not reliable. Yeah. I'm surprised you can't find it there because you're not looking for it. Why don't you look for the translation that I'm asking you to do?
I'm looking for the translation.
You're looking for your support elsewhere and you can't find it.
To Matthew 1.
Yeah.
Hello?
Okay, let's do it another way.
So you're not willing to share with us the translations.
I'm not giving up.
So you're going to do it now, yeah?
I'm going to look for another way.
Why don't you do that first and then do it another way?
I'm sure there is a valid explanation to the point that you're raising. Okay, but
Why are you not willing to show me and go through the... No, you're on the website. From this website, pull up the multiple translations in English.
if I can find it
Yeah?
in Greek. We
Sorry.
Greek, 'cause it doesn't-
In English. We've seen the Greek. It says pasai.
Yeah. Okay.
So let's see how competent scholars of biblical translation have translated this word.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah. So if you now go to one by one, go to ESV, NSV, NIV.
Too long. I haven't got time for that.
Yeah.
I haven't got time to do all that.
You haven't got time to all that. Okay.
If you give me a
Excuse me, brother, come here. Do you have the phone that I can use? My internet's playing up. Okay. So if you type in Matthew 1:17 Bible Hub.
Matthew 1.
17. Basically Matthew 1, and 17. 17 and type in space after space and Bible Hub. Yeah. For some reason here, the internet became very slow.
I have a Bible on my...
No, I need this particular specifically
Okay,
for a
okay.
reason. Do you have multiple translations?
Yes, just a second.
How many translations?
No, just a second. It's
That's why.
here.
That's
It's-
why.
it's here.
Okay, thank you. Now,
Today, the internet is playing today.
even yours is slow for a
Yes, it's
reason.
long, yeah. But it will come. It will come.
Yeah. He's got it working, but he's not willing to share it.
I can't find it. That's why. I'm not willing to share it.
Okay, I've got it here.
I find it.
Got it here for you. NIV. Thus, there were 14 generations in all. Wow, that's blatantly clear.
That's the NIV. We're looking for Greek.
Sorry, we've seen the Greek. It says pasai, and it's been translated as all, even in the lexicon that you had pulled up earlier. Now we want to see whether every other translation says all or parts. New Living Translation, all those listed above include 14 generations, all. So all the generations from Abraham to David, English Standard Version.
Obviously, a problem with the Greek. That's why.
Berean Study Bible, in all them, there were 14 generations.
Yeah.
Berean Literal Bible, so all the generations from Abraham. Again, all. New American Standard Bible, so all the generations from Abraham to David. Again, all. King James Bible, so all the generations from Abraham to David. Christian
Is it
Standard Bible.
saying
So
Christian-
all
is
the
it-
generations from Abraham to David.
saying Christian?
Contemporary English version. There were 14 generations from Abraham to David. There were also 14 from Abraham to David. So it doesn't even say anything. They simply say there are 14. Good News Translation. So then there were 14 generations from Abraham to David. So it tells you exactly, exact number. All, not part. Holman Christian Standard Bible. So all the generations from Abraham to David. International Standard Version. So all the generations. Net Bible. So all the generations. New Heart English Bible. So all the generations. American Bible in plain English. Therefore, all generations from Abraham until David. Do you need to carry on? I don't think we need to. So point is made. The word,
Divided into
the
three
word,
parts. Divided into
no,
three
no,
parts.
the word is there, pasai, and in your Greek lexicon in Bible Hard it says all. The translators consistently translated as meaning all. So now we have Matthew saying that there are 14 generations from this point, 14 from this point, and 14 from that point,
Patriarchs,
which
the
we
prophets.
know to be absolutely historically false, giving us the confidence to reject Matthew as a historically authentic, reliable, trustworthy book.
No,
Sorry,
not
we have.
at all. Threefold state of the Jews, first under the patriarchs, then under the prophets, and then under the kings, and then under the priests.
How many generations from Abraham to
14.
14? Some?
That's
Or all of them?
The patriarchs,
No, no. According to Matthew, between Abraham and David, all the generations, the number is 14, which is false. There are more than 14.
So that's what you're disputing, is it?
I'm not disputing. I can tell you. If you go to chapter 1 Chronicles, 1 Chronicles 3:16, it lists you the names that he's referring to. And there he's omitting a name, say for example, I'll highlight one example. He's omitting the name of Jehoiakim, who was the son of Josiah, and he makes Jehoiakim, takes him away, doesn't list him, and he puts his children, Jeconiah, as the son of Josiah. So basically you have a grandfather, father and children. He takes the father away and makes the children the son of the grandfather. The reason he does that, because in Jeremiah 36:30, if I'm not mistaken, this Jehoiakim has been cursed by God, that he will have no one to sit on the throne of David, him or his descendants. So if Matthew had Jehoiakim in the genealogy, it's like shooting yourself on the foot. Why? Because Matthew wants to make Jesus the son of David. That's his thesis. So if God cursed Jehoiakim that he will have no one to sit on the throne of David, and he's in the genealogy of Jesus, then Jesus by definition cannot be the son of David. So he takes him away. Not only Matthew is being dishonest, as it's been shown here, but he gives you historically distorted information. More reason to totally discredit this book. Do you have anything to say in response?
There is an answer, okay, it doesn't come to me readily, and I can answer your question, but I need to research it. I've heard this
You had lots of weeks to research and you've come back. When did you last time we talk about this? Month ago. So in month ago you came back and you found me to talk about it, and now still you want more time to research? No problem. No problem. No problem. No problem. Please go and research. Please go and research. Take your time, and we talk about perhaps another time. But as far as it stands now, looking at historical accounts before the Gospel of Matthew and looking at the Gospel of Matthew itself, it's quite clear to us that Matthew is making statements which are not true. Yeah? That's my claim from my reading. But perhaps you can tell me otherwise when you do come with your research.
Okay, well, if I don't come back, which I might not do because I might be going away.
Whenever.
Okay, but I will write you the answer if you'd like to give me some details.
Sure. I can provide you the emails and then.
Give me your email.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. No problem. Okay, thank you. Thanks. Okay, that's fine. Thank you. خلاص.